Intro, take 473. Cue music. Cue coins.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Now pick them up. I'm not rich. All right, it is time to check on my coin toning experiment and see if there's been any changes. So I pulled these out. Let's open these up and get into these, and we'll compare them with the originals. See if there's any toning. It's been about 2 months, almost. Wow, it's been about 2 months since the last one I put these in there. So June to the end of two. So it's been about four. Yeah, it's been 4 months exactly, because it's today's the 19th. So it's been in there for 4 months. It's been 2 months since I've last checked on them. So fingers crossed we start to see some time of tones now. I meant to check on them last month, but September I was just slam busy. I'm still a little bit busy, but I'm able to get back to getting to things that I've been wanting to do as much. All right, let me get into these. All right, so I've got all these packed back up and marked, got pictures taken, and we'll go over those in just a second. I'm going to get these all put back together and put back in their places, and the control here is going to go with into area 5. Okay, we put these back, and then let's go over that stuff and show you the temperatures and humidity for each place, and we'll go over the pictures, and you'll be able to see some differences there. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look at the temperature and humidity charts for 1019. This the first couple of weeks it was really rainy, so it did get a lot more humid down here in the basement. So the basement shelf has the highest temperature and the highest humidity. Um, and the second floor closet has the lowest temperature and the lowest humidity. But overall, you could pause and take a look at this, but and you can see I've got the averages down here. And as we go down, we'll take a look at the averages and just see how they go. It's going to be really interesting here to see the next check-in because the temperature is dropped quite rapidly after after this last check-in. It's been a little cold out here the past few days, so I'm sure the temperatures are going to be a little bit lower. Humidity might be lower or higher. I do not know. We shall see. Um, but overall, looks like things were kind of in line mostly with where they were, except for the basement having a spike in humidity here and here. Overall, the temperatures were very similar, and the humidity was very similar elsewhere. All right, let's take a look at the pictures. All right, now before we get going here with the pictures, I do want to say last check-in at the end of August, um, when I put these side-by-side comparisons together, I used the pictures from August on both sides. So um, we'll see a little bit of difference in this one because I double and triple checked and made sure I went to use the start picture this month. So again, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might remake the pictures and put out a separate video just to say, hey, here's an addendum to the August ones, but I don't know. Um, so I do want to apologize about that. But checking out here, and the lighting is a little bit different. I found a much better lighting way to light and take a picture so you can see the surface really well. Um, However, the control does look like it's getting a little bit of tone on it. A little bit dark. It's just the surface is just a little bit darker and it's not probably not as reflective as it was. But again, the lighting is a little bit differently, so it would probably show up a little bit silvery if I had the lighting a little bit differently, a little more. It'd probably show up a little more silvery. Um, all right, here's the reverse. Yep. All right, now we're getting to the basement shelf. Now here, you can see, since I'm using the correct pictures now, you can see that there is some toning. Some of this toning around here does look darker. Um, and the surface has a nice darker brown to it. The envelopes that I'm using are brown, so it might tone these a little bit more brown. I really don't know. But yeah, this one is gaining some tone on it. It looks nice. Here's the reverse. You can see the spots that were there in the beginning, there and there. But overall, you can see it's getting a nice little um, brown hue to it as well. And the surfaces are a bit darker in a lot of the places here. So that's interesting. All right. So the second coin from the basement shelf, you can see it have a little bit of tone around here, which you can see here, but you can see it is a little bit darker. There's this spot on the cheek that I didn't really notice till I took a picture this month and I was like, wow, what's that there? It was, but I guess with the darkening, the slight darkening of the coin, it's showing up a bit more there. Um, but yeah, looks like these coins on the basement shelf are getting a nice brown, dark brown color to it. And you can see there was some tone on the back here. And it does look a little bit darker, and you can see the rest of the coin does look a little bit, um, has that brown hue to it. The surface is just not as reflective as it was previously, it looks like. And that's going to be a theme for a lot of these coins. Here's the basement drawer. Again, you can see the surface is just darker. Some of the toning is darker. So these coins are starting to pick up some color on them. And here is the reverse of the basement drawer. This is the 40%. You can see it did have some tone spots around, but it does have that darker tan brown hue to it as well. Here's the 90%. This one is got some, looks like it's getting a little more spotty. This one isn't as brown. This one might be forming a more of a black tone to it. I am not sure yet, but we shall see. We shall see in the coming months how it looks. Here's the reverse of the 90%. And you can see it is a bit darker. These spots are a bit darker, and again, start to form a nice little patina to it. And up in the closet shelf, you can see this one does have the same kind of look to it here. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this one's getting a little more tone on it. I did, yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on see how things are going in the next few months on these. But yeah, these things look like they are picking up some slight color to it. Ooh, that picture did not turn out as good as I hoped. It's very pixelated. But yeah, you can see some of the spots over here and over here that were there on the coin. They look a bit darker, and again, the surface is getting that brown hue. Here is the 90%. You can see the spots. The spots are getting dark, getting darker, and what have you, and it is forming that nice little color on the coin. Now, the front of these in the closet, I have the front facing out, the rear facing in, so the back is against the wood of the shelf in the closet there. So I'm wondering if this is why the reverse doesn't have as much color as the obverse. It's another something to keep an eye on. Here is the entryway. And you can see it's starting to form just a nice even brown color across it. It does have the spots on it, but it is forming a nice little color to it. Here's the reverse, and this is the 40%. You can see the few spots that were there, and they are gotten darker, and it's getting a nice little tone on it here. And here's the 90%. You can see this one had some spots on it already, all over it, and you can see all the spots are just deeper and darker. Looks like it's not as reflective as it was. Maybe the spots are getting a little bit bigger, a little more spread out. But yeah, this one's going to be interesting to watch as well. Here's the reverse. So that is all of the coins, and they look like they are starting to form a nice little color on them all. And so far, they're about equal from what I can tell. There might be a couple that are going a little bit faster than others, but we're just gonna have to wait and see for a few months and see how they end up. But they are getting some color on them. This is going a little slower than I had thought, but I knew it was going to take some time because I'm trying to do it in an envelope, natural tone, and all that. All right, so I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you would, hit that thumbs up, it helps me out. Drop a comment down below, let me know what you thought of the, what you think of this the series so far, what you think of the coins, and everything. So, all right. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.